Let's go, let's go. Hello, hello, hi, gigpreneur. What is going on? Welcome. Happy Wednesday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. I am Sean Zimi with SideGigSean.com, and I help folks just like you and me make some extra money using social media. Why not? Why not? What is going on? Welcome. Good to see you. If you are joining me live, we are live on all channels. We are on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. We are live on TikTok. Angela, how are you? Delena, that's a pretty name. Dylan, how are you? Welcome. If you're joining me, let me know where you are coming in from. That's always kind of cool when somebody hosts a live. It's kind of neat to know where you guys are tuning in from. Parker, what's good? D, what is happening? I got a great subject for you tonight. Haven't talked about Buddha for a long time. It's been a while. I haven't done a Buddha thing. But do like me some Buddha sometimes. So what is happening? Some of his philosophies are pretty cool, right? Who agrees? Welcome, Carrie, Tad, Vera, Barrow Star. I think that's what it is. Nikki, how are you? All right, let's get going. Brad, what is happening? I see you now. I see your name showing up. Gosh. On Facebook. So let's get going. Tonight, you meet people that are so spiritual, right? Vero Star. Thank you. If you're not following me, hit that follow. Let's go. I am so awesome. I'll tell you all day. I'm so cool. Um, why would my eyesight need any fixing? I'm fine with my glasses. My man, and the technology is there. You can actually do stuff, but we're not talking about that. But I'll start. Thank you. I'll follow back for sure right after. If you're new to my lives, welcome. If you are a vet, you're gonna love this live. Either way, I think you will like this live. So, you meet people that are so spiritual, right? When I say spiritual, like they are all about the meditation, they're all about relaxation, the whole Zen, the whole feng shui. It's just like they're walking on air. And you also meet some people that are so godly, right? That every other word is Jesus, every other word is Allah, every other word is this, every other word is that. It's just sometimes, do you also feel this way as I do? Sometimes it gets kind of, I don't know, frustrating to speak to these people, right? I'll get to my field of study. It gets kind of weird, right? I mean, it just kind of gets kind of, if you, especially if you're not spiritual, especially if you're not so godly, it's almost like exhausting to speak to these folks. Am I right or am I right? Drop a one in the comments if you feel me on this one. Man, it was so cold outside. Now it's kind of warm, but no, I don't want to take it off because I don't know where to put it. So drop a one in the comments if you feel me on this one, right? It's just like so tough to have a normal conversation with some folks. Now, back in the day, Buddha would call this Buddha nature. So you don't want to lose that. You don't want to. It's like you attaining enlightenment, right? But it doesn't mean you escape the world. This is such a powerful point. I want you to really, really understand this. You can attain alignment, you can be in meditation, you can be in the spirit, you can be in prayer, but that doesn't mean you escape reality. That doesn't mean you escape planet Earth. You don't escape your social responsibilities. So the late Ram Dass used to say, keep your social insurance number in mind. What that means is that it's that social responsibility. It's like, if you know who Jim Rohn is, drop a 2 in the comments. But Jim Rohn, I consider him the godfather of personal development, especially in the network marketing space. Tanya knows Jim Rohn. Yes. Welcome, welcome, right? So he used to say, some people are so godly that they're no earthly good. And I so love that, because I remember when I was starting to go to church, right? I came across a couple of people in church that they were just so godly. And I appreciate that, but it was just so difficult to have a conversation with them, especially because I was brand new, right? Everything I said is like, do this. Everything, every sentence was just like twisted and turned around. And it was just like so exhausting to speak to them. It was almost like they had no social insurance number. Thank you, Samina. Oh, I like that name. That's pretty cool. Thank you for the follow. I'll be sure to follow you back after the live for sure. So the whole point is there has to be a balance between, listen, spirituality and being earthly. I do my best. Multitasking, you got across. So probably not Jewish. That's funny. I'm not Jewish. I'm not Jewish. I'm a born again Christian. That's funny. That's cool. Who said that? Levi, what up? Yeah, that's funny though. That's kind of funny. I like that. That's cool. It kind of threw me off, but that's funny. So there has to be a balance between you being spiritual and you being, part of the earth, like here on the planet Earth. There's got to be a balance, whether you're spiritual, godly, whatever you are, you got to also be earthly. I'll give you an example. You have to participate in the world. You can't just like step out and say, well, I'm going to meditate all day. Kumbaya, oh my Lord. It's just, you're not going to have a lot of, it's just going to be very difficult for you, right? At the same time, I'll give you this example. Buddha, right? When he, according to him, when he reached enlightenment, right, he could have transcended, but what did he do? He stayed down with the people. The whole point was to help the people. He was re-engaging himself with the world. That's funny. I'm very part of my culture, but I'm not in the government. I'm very part of my culture. Trying to get that. I'm trying to really understand that. So I don't do co-hosts. I'm sorry, you guys. So how do you feel about that, right? I mean, I'll give you this. Okay, so I don't do co-hosts unless I'm doing an interview. So I'll give you this, right? When you're so, let's say, godly, okay, let's say I'm a Christian, let's say every other sentence, every other word, every other thought, every other concept, I drop a word of faith, of Jesus, of scripture, of all that in my everyday conversations, in my sentences, in my every words, right? Now, what type of people would I be attracting to myself? Would I be attracting people who are not close to God? Would I be attracting people who are not familiar with scripture? Would I be attracting people who are maybe church hurt? We've talked about that before. Would I be attracting people who have been other Christian people hurt? Or would I be attracting people who are on the same wavelength, which means the same type of people, the same people that drop Jesus every other word, that raise their three hands up in the air in church and hallelujah and kumbaya, my Lord. And they got 18,000 stickers all over their cars. Those are the type of people I would attract, right? So if I'm attracting the same type of crowd, which is super spiritual, super godly, not really earthly, um, really, I'm not expanding the kingdom, am I? Or I'm not even expanding spirituality, right? Because I'm only taking in the people who are already in and super in. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. I'll follow back. Christ chose to spend time with the worldly people. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right? Well, how would it feel if he would have transcended and not have spent time with the people? Right? There were there are scriptures that tells you, hey, it's not my time yet. It's not supposed to be my time. I'm not supposed to do all this stuff yet. And then he goes around and does a lot of stuff. Right? So in order to be engaging in the world, engaging in the people, engaging in the people that are not part of your religion or BS belief system, right? If they're not part of that, if you're just breathing that on top of everybody, you're not going to attract that kind of a people. And the point is to live your life as an example so that people would be attracted to the way you live your life. Therefore, they would be curious as to, hey, what's up with you? So, you know what? That's such a good point. Levi. Levi is on tonight, man. Levi is good to have. Kathy, how are you? Jay, what's going on? So I absolutely agree with that. Some of the best things you can learn are from the people that are rude, are obnoxious, are not nice. Why? Because you can learn not to do things. You can always do good things, right? I mean, you can learn good, right? But you can also see it's important to, I give you this, it's important to know what you want. That's great. But it's also important to know what you don't want. Matthew 15:21 through 8. Why does Jesus refuse to heal and not Jewish? Calling them dogs. Dewey. Dolphin. Hey Dewey, you can send me a private message. We can talk about that for sure. Not a problem. I don't get into religious conversations or political conversations on my life. So, but if you want to talk, no problem. We'll talk all night. Dolphin, Duet, good to see you. So yeah, so it's like you live your life in a way that people get curious about how you live your life. Oh, that guy is, I have been burnt by. I'm going to count them for you because I think I know. I have been burnt by 3. Four. Four. Four Christian business folks, like burnt, right? Um, and if those four were my first encounters and I would have never ever met anybody else, those four would have been an example for me not to ever be a Christian. Those four spoke about Jesus. Those four spoke scripture. Those four prayed. But those four also took me for my whatever. That's not how I would be attracted to religion or relationship or anything you would call that. That's not how I would be attracted to that. It'd be like, I would be a turnoff. Be like, what the? I'd never want to be. Right? So at the same time, when you can learn that, at the same time, you can learn. I've had some great business. My whole team is kingdom based. So most of my, well, 99.9999% of my team is kingdom based. And that's what I go with, right? So I also love that example. Ooh, I like that a lot. Levi, you gotta keep coming on over my lives, bro. I really like that quote. Who says that? Truth is forever on the scaffold going for. Ooh, I like that a lot. Thank you for the follow. I'll be sure to follow back. And I'll wrap up with this. Buddha himself said, I've said this a lot of times, himself said, if it weren't for Christians, I would have been a Christian. See, Buddha didn't ever say Jesus sucks. Jesus is not real. Jesus, what? He never said that. He was Christian hurt. Because as Christians, we may say we are, godly and this and that, but we all need work. Don't get it twisted. We're all like work in progress. But when you do things intentionally, kind of changes stuff around, right? There are times that I have made errors, mistakes, but I do my best to show up, apologize, do whatever it takes, right? But I when you have somebody that is so spiritual, right? Oh my God, I meditate, I do yoga 18 hours a day, I stand on my head for like 26 hours, and I like lie, cheat, and steal. It's like, what the? Like, I wouldn't want to be part of that group. Who would want to be part of that group? It's like, I don't want to be there. James Russell. Oh, gotcha. So yeah, it's just, you know what? You got to be participating in the world. It's great to have a relationship with your creator. It's great to be, if you're into spirituality or what have you. I don't even know what that means. You may be into ghosts. Just kidding. I know I'm going to get like chance about this. That's okay. I'm a grown boy. I can handle it. Bring it. But it's all good. But you got to have a balance. You got to be earthly good too. Don't forget about social insurance number. Be relatable. Let people come to you, speak to you, talk to you. Be an example to them. Don't like breathe so much stuff onto them that they can't even talk to you, right? So with that, and I'll wrap it up. I gotta throw a business in there, right? This is the same thing when you're talking to a prospect about a business opportunity or your products. You don't have to name every single ingredient in the product. In fact, if you were to ask me, I don't even know the ingredients in the products. I literally don't. Maybe like 3 products. I know. Maybe 4. Okay, 5. No, 4. Maybe 5. Like, I don't know ingredients. Like, I know what's in there. I know what they do and all that stuff. If somebody really cares about an ingredient, I put them in touch with somebody else. Right? I don't like vomit all over the It's just like, this is where, yeah, you know. Oh yes, you are your own temple for sure. Absolutely. This is where it all starts, right? And then you talk about you expand the kingdom and you go out. But if this is like a mess, right? If this is a mess, how can you go out there, right? So it all does start here. So selling yourself, not the product, right? You know what? Our product, well, in my example, in my company, like our products are really good. Like they do what they say they do. Like they do, and you gotta. What I have found is this: if you poke enough, you find a problem, and then you just match it with a solution you could possibly have. And if you don't have a solution, don't make one up. Like don't say you gotta take this product and then mix them together and take them at 3 o'clock in the morning and it should work. Like don't make stuff up, right? If the person has a problem, try to see if you have a solution. Don't make something up and then present. See if they're open to taking a look at a possible solution, resolution. If they are, boom. You don't have to vomit all over them, but you find the problem, you mention the solution, and then as many problems as you solve, that's where wealth is created. That's how everybody gets rich. They solve problems. And the bigger the problem, the more problem you solve, the more you make. It's just how it is. Inventions, that's how they work. They solve a problem, and so many participate in that solution. That's why that invention blows up. This is how it is. So it's the same thing with network marketing, direct sales. Even if you're selling cars, real estate, clothes, shorts, socks, whatever it is, you find a problem, sell me this pen, right? I can talk about this pen all day long, but you'll be like, yeah, that's great. But if I say, why do you need a pen? How long have you been looking for a pen? Can you write your name down? You're like, I need a pen. Yeah, boom, right? So it does become a kind of a it becomes fun. It becomes a game, right? And you got all kinds of participants on the other side. So people are interesting, definitely interesting. So with that, I am out. Hopefully, you guys had some love, got some love, some inspiration, some value. If you are not following me, uh, follow me. Create a problem only you can solve, and you'll get rich. Create a problem only you can solve. No, I don't agree with that, Levi. If you create the problem and you create the solution, that problem is not large enough to make you rich enough because not enough people have that problem. So so you gotta solve other people's problems. You see a problem, like for example, this whole gig economy. I help people make some extra money on the side. Some people have a full-time jobs. Some people on my team have. There's a lady on our teams has 9 kids. I love when people tell me, "Oh, I don't have time." It's like, really? This lady has like 9 kids and a husband. That's like a lot of kids, right? So my solution would be if somebody is scratching their head trying to find a way to make an extra $300, $400, $500 for the holidays to create something just to have a, a plan B, something on the side. I share them what I have. And if they do like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. People want to be rich in the things they need to be rich in for success. I actually did a live a couple days ago on the topic of, I was talking to somebody and I said, so why do you want to make some extra cash? And she said, doesn't everybody wants to make some extra cash? Doesn't everybody? So I did a live on that a couple of days ago. I think it was 2, 3 days ago, and I mentioned, I'm not going to go through the whole live, obviously, but I truly believe that is the worst. I'm gonna pause. The worst, the absolute worst statement you can say to yourself or anybody else. That is the worst thing you can say. You're not ready. It's like you going to a job interview and the guy says, why do you want this job? And you turn around and say, well, I want this job to pay my bills. Doesn't anybody want a job? Everybody wants a job. It's like, what? What does that even mean? What the hell are you talking about? What? Why do you want this job? What are you talking about? Everybody wants a job. Everyone wants to make money. No, they don't. Not everybody. Not everybody. They want to. It's the wrong word choice. They don't want to make money. They want money to come to them. Everybody wants that, but they don't want to make it. You hear me? Everybody wants money come to them. Nobody wants to make it. Not everybody wants to make it. You know why? Because people say, I'm not good in sales. Oh boy. I can't talk to people. I don't know how to do social media. I don't have any friends. I'm only 6 foot tall. It's like, what? So not everybody wants to make more money, because to make more money, you got to like do stuff. Not everybody wants to do stuff. They just want it to come to them, right? So the better statement is like, everybody wants money, but when it comes to doing it, it's like, oh, I've already worked all day. Why would I want to put in an extra hour on a side business? I'm already exhausted. I'm going to just flip through the channels. It's real talk. I mean, how can I guess a better explanation would be shine a light on a problem they don't see. Yeah, fix the problem. You can just find the problem. Look, the guy who invented, I don't know, the bottle opener. Maybe they got exhausted by using a spoon. They're like, there's got to be a better way to freaking pop this thing open. Oh, let me do this. Guess how many people love that idea? They're like, oh my God, this guy. Right? Uncle Javier saying, got to be a good looking guy. And, these glasses probably were only 3 made. So now he has one. I have one. That's awesome. Jen, I appreciate you. So yeah, it's like, yeah. So anyway, if you guys, hopefully you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value. If you're new to my lives, well, if this is your first time, hopefully it won't be your last time. I'm very direct, straight up. Thank you for the follow. Levi, what's up? And I will follow back for sure. Like I said, I help folks. I share what I do with those people who are interested and open to taking a look, creating an extra side income, just something on the side. I've had 38 jobs in 10 industries, and when the last one laid me off, I was done. I appreciate it. Thank you. So now I that's what I do. I help people do that. I was in corporate world for 24 years. What a mistake. What a mistake. Nobody gives a rat's ass about you. Sorry. Jen, I will message you after this for sure. Yes, absolutely. And my contact information is on my profile. I go with Side Gig Sean on every platform: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, X, Threads. Let's go. So I'm everywhere. And my phone number is on my profile. That is like my real phone number. It's not like a Google Voice number. I have some people ask me when they contact me, they're like, "So what's your name?" It's like, really? It's Sean. Like, why would I have a fake name? So yeah, I'll hit you up for sure after this live. And yeah, if you feel like this is worthy of sharing, do what you gotta do. Spread the love. Tag a couple people. Sharing is caring. So that's what they're telling me anyway. And with that, I am signing off until tomorrow when we do it all over again. Much love.